Hello, welcome to the United Community Channel. This is your match reaction video. Disgraceful performance. Man United 0, Bournemouth 3. Bournemouth's first time ever to beat Manchester United, I think in the top flight division of their history, and to beat us in that manner. Absolute terrible performance, I have to say. But get your comments in. Let me know what you think. We want to hear from you. A match reaction video. Please smash the like button. Hit subscribe if you're new. And get involved in the chat as well. But we've got Chris on with us, as always. I mean, take it away, man. Where do we go from there?
I don't even know. I really don't. I mean, it's just I'm upset with the fact that we started a game at Martial on the top. There's no reason for it. Like, all last season, Ten Hag refused to change the starting lineup, and all of a sudden now we have such a good game against Chelsea, and then he changes it and puts a guy in that you know is not going to work. You know he's not going to work. And to be honest with you, I think the biggest reason why we had such a good result against Chelsea is because Højlund runs. He sets the tone in the press, which we didn't do, and Martial won't do. As my buddy just left, he calls Martial, he calls him the fraud 9, not even the false 9, the fraud. And it's just, he doesn't, like, we didn't set any tone. We didn't press him. We didn't, like, we weren't flying all over the place. And, you know, McWhistle was not even, I don't know.
I fucking hate him. I hate him.
You and me both. You and I are on the same page on that one. Like, he was the cause of the first goal. You know, he didn't win the ball. He went in lackluster and didn't win the 50-50 ball. And then, you know, I mean, I just don't know what to make of it. I mean, we don't have quality chances on, I mean, to be honest with you, Bournemouth deserved to win the game because we didn't really have any quality chances on net.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sad to say.
I mean, I thought, I don't know if you're in agreement with me here, but I thought we actually started both halves. I know we were a goal down early in the first half, but I thought we actually started both halves really well.
I got, you know what I mean? He's gonna go crazy right now. His head's gonna explode.
Yeah, I go with Yoshin. I thought we actually started both halves relatively well. You know what I mean? But I have it. I was writing that I write down notes as I go. Desire but no quality was one of the notes I had down early on. You know what I mean? Where we did look good early on in the first half and early on in the second half, but just no end product whatsoever. Give us your thoughts on it.
Well, I had a full head of hair when the match started. Every single one of them out. They were absolutely woeful. What do you say? Desire, no quality? Was it that we said?
Yeah.
I couldn't agree less with you there. There was no desire there. We're up to 15th minute on. I think they thought they'd turn up after Wednesday night's game against Chelsea. I think they thought they'd turn up and push Bournemouth aside. And at that point, Bournemouth could have been 2 up. Well, the rest was the disallowed goal early on. I mean, they could have been beaten 5-0 today. If we were back in the old days before VAR, they could have been beaten 5-0 today. And Bournemouth deserved it. They soaked up every pressure and they hit us on the counter attack.
They defended brilliantly as well.
Ten Hag should sit them down tomorrow and show them what desire looks like. Every single Bournemouth player in the 2 blocks of 4 defended as if they were getting paid by the amount of balls they blocked. And United just couldn't do that. And I'm struggling to think when last we played that badly. Because even when we were beaten maybe against Newcastle, but before that, we've always started the first 20 minutes on fire. Today, I don't think we even started the first 20 minutes. We had, even in the first 60 seconds, we could have been behind. A dodgy ball by Shaw. Shaw just was not at the races today. Dalot, I put a comment in the group chat on WhatsApp earlier. I don't know what Dalot brings to the table over Wan-Bissaka. He's an attacking right full, but I just think Wan-Bissaka is the whole package. I don't know. Maybe I'm just, again, maybe Mr. 4-4-2 just too old fashioned, but I'm flabbergasted. I don't know what to say. After Wednesday night, I thought we turned the corner. I genuinely did.
Yeah.
Yep.
But now I don't know where we are. You know, it's what one step forward, 10 steps backwards. That's what it feels like at the moment.
It's like we're in a fucking maze. There's plenty of corners to be turned in it, but you can't find your way out of it.
Well, I think it's when you put Anthony Martial at the top. I think that he is if you look up in the dictionary the word lethargic, it's Anthony Martial is going. You know, he's just sitting there going, that's him. He just doesn't do anything, and he doesn't. And like I know what you mean, Jack. But if you were to take the first 10 minutes against Chelsea and compare it to the first 10 minutes against Bournemouth, you see the difference in what even our wingers do when Højlund's pressing. Like Anthony's pressing and Garnacho's, like everybody's like moving and just on fire. Today it looked like someone hit us with the fire extinguisher and we got frozen. Like and he offers, I mean, just drop him. Just don't bring Joe Hugel up. I don't care who you bring up. I don't care who plays up there. Just don't put him in the. He drives the team down. We basically wasted a half with him on the field. I mean, he does nothing. He doesn't. He gives the ball away. I mean, we basically play 2-man down when we have Martial and McTominay on the field. I mean, that's the way I look at it. I mean,
do you know what annoys me, right? We've been talking about, you know, stuck in the cycle of sacking managers and, you know, and rinse and repeat, and, you know, you get an uptake and so on and so forth. I think we're fucking stuck in a cycle of players playing a good fucking game every 6 games. Like Scott McTominay, for example. You know, brilliant example of it. Good game. Everyone is going, I was making fucking TikToks about him. You know what I mean? With Vince McMahon crying, going, Daddy, talk to me about Scott McTominay. can't. You know what I mean? And we get lulled into this false sense of fucking security where, oh, Jesus, brilliant, happy days. But then, like you said, Oisín, 1 step forward, 10 steps back. We just go back into our old habits of giving the ball away, no desire, no hunger, no composure, nothing. I
gotta be honest, though. I apologize, but I mean, the only player that I can actually say played well is Amrabat and Maguire.
Yeah.
I mean, Maguire in the first half, if he doesn't make some of those tackles, we're down 4-0 at halftime.
Yeah.
I mean, and you know, we none of us have ever loved Maguire recently, but I mean, he played better than Shaw. He played, I mean, in Amrabat, he's a stalwart in the middle, and Maguire made the mistake at the end, but I mean, who cares at that moment? We're already done.
Yeah.
So, but it's just like, the only thing that it bothers me about Maguire, he makes runs forward and he doesn't come back. I don't know if anybody saw that. Like,
yeah, I noticed that a couple of times.
He tends to, hey, I want to go forward, and then he's not busting hump to get back. And so I don't know how much that's gonna. I mean, I'd have to watch.
It's like that. It's like that centre half in Sunday League football. You know, that used to play up front. And now he's getting old, and he just disappears. And you're going, Jimmy, where the fuck are you gone, Jimmy?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, 100%.
Speaking about defense, Oisín, like again, one of my notes here is Eric Ten Hag sacrificing defenders for ball-playing defenders? And I have, after defender, I have Varane in brackets, and ball-playing defenders, I have Luke Shaw in brackets. You know, should Varane be playing? You know, because we're talking about, you know, giving away silly goals, and there's a lot of, like, the amount of shots we're giving away per game is disgraceful as well. You know, surely Ten Hag has to take, and I get to the comments in a minute. I see people putting in the comments. There's a lot of hate in the comment section for Ten Hag at the moment. But what do you think about that?
I think, well, look, the way I was brought up playing soccer and watching soccer is you play your best 11. You always play your best 11. And Varane is probably the best defender we have. Himself and Wan-Bissaka are probably the 2 best defenders we have at the club. So, yeah, we should, but there's obviously something that's happened behind the scenes, and Ten Hag has to be the manager. He has to lay down the law. He can't be, same with Sancho. He can't be letting people play just because they're the best players. We have to get behind Ten Hag.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel about it. Yes, we probably are sacrificing him, but Ten Hag has to have complete autonomy and ownership of that team as well. They have to play how he wants them to play.
We got
100%.
Thierry Henry in the match reaction.
yeah. DJ, give me your thoughts, man. I mean, obviously, and welcome first time on the match reaction. I mean, give me your thoughts. Obviously, a really disappointing day, and yeah, I mean, where do we go from here?
Oh, I know. It's funny. I was I just got over the flu, so I'm thinking like, oh yeah, watch the United game today, and it's gonna help me feel a little bit better. But no, I actually feel a lot worse. I think I still got the flu now. It's I don't. I mean, that's the thing. Where do we go from here? It's like I've been asking that question, for the last couple of weeks, because you got one group of people who are already Ten Hag out. That's normally you're going to get that crowd. You're going to get that crowd, and you can understand it. That's the thing. I can understand where they're coming from. Then you got people to say, give him, time, let him, move the players that he actually wants to, and says that it's a bigger issue. It's a structure thing, which I can understand that. But it's, I mean, I don't know. One thing I will say is I would have probably started Højlund, because Martial is just, what's that?
He offers nothing.
Yeah, absolutely nothing. And it's sad because I remember I was, probably a lot of us, I was big on Martial and keep thinking like maybe this will be the next time will be the time where he, scores a goal and kind of gets back. But I think he's done. And it's one of those things where I say it's like one of those, you put your trash on the side of the road. No one wants it. Nobody wants Martial. So we're going to just lose him for nothing, type of thing. And that's fine. But it's like, so we're going to get nothing for him, and he's just going to go, and he's going to offer us nothing all season, and we're going to have to keep him. It's not like we're going to go out and just buy another striker in January, which January I'm not even looking at it like a window, really. I mean, what are we going to do that's really going to impact this squad strongly enough in January that's going to change anything, here. So it's
well, I agree, and it's always difficult to actually get good business over the line done in January as well. I want to get to some of the comments here as well, guys, because a lot of people putting in a lot of stuff about Ten Hag. Box says need new owners, manager, coaches, scouts, board members, CEOs, directors, players, youth players, physios, doctors, planners, new stadium, new training ground, new everything. Well, yeah, that's the most depressing comment I've ever read out, but you're actually not far away from the truth there. Aaron says, evening all, been out all day, literally just seeing the score. Was we that bad? Yes, we were. Yeah. Pulse says Ten Hag needs to be sacked. Simple as that. You can't lose 3-0 at home. You play Martial for 55 minutes. That's a disgrace. McTominay, vibe player. Box also says Ten Hag needs to be sat down and see what Areola, how Moyes and De Zerbi do. Let's see. He also says Wan-Bissaka got rinsed by Gordon. Always sleeps on the back post, always making side tackles. Maldini said defenders should never have muddy shorts. Yeah, Maldini was a Rolls Royce, though. You know what I mean? We can't be comparing Wan-Bissaka with Maldini. Finn says, I wonder, does Eric Ten Hag F them sideways out of it after a shit show like that? Proper smash up in the changing room, rockstar style. I fear not. Let's see. Kerman says, people who think Ten Hag is their manager need to think again. Let's get to some other people. Dara says, they're serious idiots are wanting to sack the manager. He can only play the players he has. He can't cross the white line. Yeah, look, a lot of comments coming in about Ten Hag for and against. I don't think it's something that's going to get resolved anytime soon. I cannot see, and we've spoken about this a number of times, and I go to you on this one, Chris. Surely there's no advantage of United sacking another manager mid-season, potentially getting in I think United are synonymous now with fucking what's the name of an interim manager? We can't go down that route again, surely.
No, we can't. I mean, I honestly said, like I said the last couple, was that, I mean, until Sir Jim actually takes over, I don't think there's going to be a decision on manager at all. I mean, now if Sir Jim comes in and if he has all the stake, if he has all the control on the football side and he wants to change the manager, I mean, who are we to say anything at that point? But right now, I don't think so. I mean, and I agree with the fact that, he doesn't have the player. Like, let's be honest. besides Højlund coming in and playing at the top of at the beginning of the game, what other options do we have? Like honestly, on the bench,
Yeah.
Like I hate to make this the comparison, but you look at Liverpool and Arsenal, they have so many different ways of attacking. They have Cody Gakpo, they have Luis Diaz, they have Darwin Nunez, they have Mo Salah, they have all these players. Who do we depend on attacking? Alejandro Garnacho, that's 18 years old.
And I want to make a point as well, Chris, because obviously I can see the chat coming in and stuff like that. And a lot of people saying about Ten Hag and the fact that starting Anthony Martial, you know, and while obviously I didn't agree with it either, basically that was the only change that he made.
Yeah.
From the second half performance against Chelsea, which was really, really good in midweek. So I don't think Erik Ten Hag can really be blamed for this tonight. You know, the same group of players went out and put in a subpar performance, you know, in relation to the Chelsea game midweek.
I just think that Højlund is the guy that, I mean, and it's sad. I mean, it's sad for me to say this, is that Højlund is the guy that sets the tone for our press. No one else does. And that's a bad thing. Now, does Ten Hag need more players that he wants that are going to set the tone? Yeah, but and you've made this point, Jack, is we've not gotten the players that Ten Hag has actually wanted. We didn't get Harry Kane. We didn't get Declan Rice. We didn't get those guys. So, you know, he's playing with second tier players that are like, all right, well, we got Amrabat at the end of the window. Højlund came at the end of the window, you know, and everybody knows it takes a couple months for those guys to get acclimated to playing in the Prem. I mean, what do you expect? And I can't fault I can fault Ten Hag because I just need to know why he started Martial. Because in my opinion, and I know what Oshin said in the chat was, he's saving him for the Bayern game. And kudos to Jack for going to the Bayern game, and you'll probably see him play. But at the same time, do we really think we're going to get anything out of that game? Like, I'm sorry.
That attitude, Chris.
Well, I got to be honest. 3 points today is more important than a result on Tuesday. Yeah. I mean, that I look at it. I'm not saying that I don't want us to win, but 3 points today is more important than 3 points on Tuesday. I mean, honestly, because we're not set to do anything in the Champions League. I'm sorry. I mean, it's just the only thing you can hope for is we move on to the next round so we get more money for you know, Jack's friends, the Glazers.
Fuck off. I knew that was coming. Bastard.
But no, I mean, I just my point is, I think that I would rather say Martial for the Bayern game.
Yeah.
And
100%.
play Højlund today.
Yeah. But DJ, I'll go to you next, because obviously your first time on the match reaction. Are you Ten Hag in, you know, or do you have any reservations about him? Do you think we should maybe be looking at other options? What's your take on it?
Right now, I'm Ten Hag in, and it's because one thing of like what kind of Chris said. It's one of those things where it's like when we've heard this with other managers in the past, they aren't getting their first choices. They're getting either like the fifth or fourth option on their list. So it's like, you know, we've said it before and we've seen it before. It's a matter of just we kind of, I think, have a feeling of how this season is going to play out. And like you said, really, I mean, we got to try to, these games, especially these Premier League games, are more important to us than any, like I said, Champions League. I mean, I don't want to go to the next round and get embarrassed by some team, you know, in 2 games anyway, just to give some more money to the Glazers or whoever else, you know, wants, you know, 25% or, you know, money in their back pocket with United. So it's really a thing of where I'm in, you know, I'll ride it out to the end and then we reevaluate it then. I mean, it's only going to get, I see it getting, you know, we're going to get smoked again a couple more times for sure. I mean, we're going to see probably a couple more results like this, but it's just a matter of just kind of riding it out. I mean, because what are we going to do? That's the sad part. Like, there's nothing we can do about it, really.
Yeah,
so.
Absolutely. Right, Oshin, I'll give you the all-important question then for the upcoming week. Bayern Munich and Liverpool coming up. I mean, and DJ just said it there. There are going to be more results like today. They could be coming this week.
Well, I put that text in the group chat, saving Højlund, thinking, not realizing how poor we were going to play.
Yeah.
I honestly thought that we were going to get a good result today at home against Bournemouth. Bournemouth are a good team, but after our performance on Wednesday night, I just thought we were going to come out and just blow them away in the first 20 minutes and close up shop. And I think he waited 55 minutes too long to take Martial off. What I would do Wednesday night is I would play the kids. I don't see the benefit of Europa League for us. I would just play the kids, and if they get their arses handed to them, so be it. If they lose 10-0 instead of a new Champions League record for most goals conceded, leave them off. I'd rather not go playing Thursday night for the implications of you're traveling to the back arse of nowhere in parts of Europe, and then you're playing on Sundays, Thursday, Sundays, which is never good. And I would rather we went out and can't put all our eggs in the Premier League basket, at least getting in the top 5, because I think the top 5 will get us into Champions League this season. So that's Tuesday night. Let's just write it off, and you'll have your few drinks over there, forget all about Wednesday morning, so you just forget about the result anyway. Next weekend, on the other hand, I have my little scouser here who's already telling me they're going to beat us by more than 7-0 like they did last year. But
you know what? She might be fucking wrong. That's the problem.
We'll see now whether or not she gets her insulin tonight with her dinner. You know, she might get that. But I can only see that game going one way, and it's because of what Chris has said. The options that Liverpool have, Klopp can pick his game plan now after watching today, and I mean they're playing Thursday night, but they're already qualified, so he can put out the kids there as well and keep his first team for playing us next weekend. And he could be practicing for the whole week and out to break us down, which won't take, let's call a spade after today's performance. We won't have our talisman. We won't have Bruno, which was a ridiculous decision as well out of him. Yeah. And again, that's the kind of stuff I was talking about Ten Hag not game managing. That game was over. Why leave Bruno out there? Take him off. He's known to have a good game against Liverpool. Say again?
He had Van der Beek ready to come in. Did he not?
I don't know. I didn't see that.
I thought they said that on the telecast that I was watching, I thought they said that Van der Beek was ready to come in, and then he pulled him back. Like, I'm going, oh, nice.
Yeah.
I mean, hand on heart, do I see us getting a result over the next 2 games? No, I really don't. I couldn't give a scoreline because I'm half afraid to.
I'm afraid. I mean, I think they're gonna. Both Villa and Liverpool are gonna put a hurting on us.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I mean, one of my best friends, he's a Villa fan. I just dread Boxing Day. Like, oh no! Like
the next 7 days are vital for Ten Hag, though.
Yeah,
I mean, in the air, you know.
I'm
Ten Hag in, by the way. I mean, we go to the same barber, so I'm Ten Hag in. You know? I do fear for him over the next 2 games. I really do.
I mean, the problem is going to be what kind of. I mean, we're going to have to scratch and call results just to save our manager. I guess at this point, because it's just going to get worse, is what's going to happen.
Yeah, but like if you look at then, Chris, right, over the next like in the Premier League, we've got Liverpool, West Ham, Aston Villa, then we've got Forest, and then Spurs. Spurs is the middle of January. How many of them games have to go against us for Ten Hag to like really, really be worried about his job, or should he be worried about his job already? Like obviously we're Ten Hag in, you know, and we want him to get the time. We want him to get minimum to the end of the season, but we know that football doesn't work that way 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna be. I mean, I think he's going to have to, going into the Spurs game, I think he's going to have to beat West Ham, and he's going to have to beat, who else did you say? West Ham and
Villa.
Who's after Villa?
Yeah.
Who's after Villa? You said someone else, right?
Forest. Away.
So if he loses to Villa and Liverpool and wins against West Ham and Forest, and, you know, we get a 2-2 split going into the Spurs game, I think then he's going to be safe. But if we don't get the results against the bottom teams, then forget it. And I mean, and that's the problem. It's like, as much as I'm Ten Hag in as well, if he's not going to get results against bottom teams, then we got to really look at what's going on at that point.
Yeah, yeah. But I think I
I
think
can't. Sorry,
Go on.
Jack.
No, go on.
I can't see him if he loses to Villa on Stephen's Day. I don't think they're going to start going into the January window with him as the manager. If they're bringing someone in, they're going to try and back them. So I don't even think he'll see the Spurs game if he doesn't beat Villa.
Yeah, because we'll be going into that so-called break, that Premier League break between the 30th of December. Now we do have Wigan in the FA Cup third round on the 8th as well in between that. But clubs do tend to change their manager when there's a block of time like that, don't they? To get a new manager in, give them a couple of weeks to get ready for the next game or whatever it may be. Look, I'm certainly Ten Hag in, but I'm starting to worry for him. I really am.
But what are the alternatives? I mean,
I was going to ask the same question. Who's there?
Yeah.
Don't give me the Serbi or Zidane or Ancelotti, because I mean, the Serbi had a great start to the season. He fell off.
Yeah.
The only one
and I think that's the one reason I'm sorry, but I was going to say that's the reason why I'm like kind of like you guys. It's like a lot of people who are screaming for him to be out. It's like then who's next type of thing. And it's like, do you expect anything to change drastically? It's like I just feel like it's rinse and repeat. We've seen this happen all multiple times. So it's like you would think that the fans or a lot of people would be smart enough where they wouldn't just like, oh yeah, get rid of them and we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's even if you get rid of them, I'm like, I don't know a manager that wants to look at the team and say, hey, I want that.
Right.
It's like no, like all the problems that we have, because especially if it's true they're looking at selling Varane and Casemiro, and yes, Sancho can go. We don't care about that one, but you're going to sell Varane and Casemiro? Like, what manager wants to come into that and go, oh, that's great. You just handicapped me again. Like, just cut my other leg off. Like, it's just, now what do I have, and everything. So I think Ten Hag's going to be there until the summer. Regardless, again, it's going to be up to Sir Jim. If Sir Jim comes in and decides he wants him out, but then you just kind of have to kind of throw your hands up and say, what? Then guess we'll have to see what Sir Jim makes of it at that point.
Yeah, 100%.
How much is? It's funny. At the beginning of the month, we heard 100 million to spend in January, and then we haven't heard anything else.
The latest reports are saying we have to sell before we can buy as well, which is never good either. You know what I mean?
No.
But what I would like to see is, I just want to see a clean slate. You know what I mean? I want to get as many of these fuckers off the books as possible. Your Martials, your Scott McTominay's, your Diogo Dalot's, your Lindelof's, Maguire's, whoever it may be, and I would say just nearly now, just commit to another 12 months with him, and if this time next year we're still putting in performances like this and getting, a couple of bad, results that we shouldn't be getting, then I'd say, all right, well, there's something going on here, but he does have to change that squad before he can really, really be judged as a manager, because it's not the first time, and he's not the first manager these players have put in performances like this for, you know what I mean?
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's massive turnover that's needed, but the problem is how much are we going to actually turn over?
The only positive is that I'm actually going to Manchester on Monday night, and I'm going to drink a few pints, and I'm going to be looking happy as Larry.
And you're going to lose another jersey.
No, I'm not going to lose another jersey this time. No way. No way.
He's going to meet Joel and Avram. They'll give him one back and wrap it.
Oh, I don't know. You can't be losing a Mihawk jersey there. Don't be losing that.
No. That's not coming. I wouldn't be caught dead in that. Don't worry.
Oh, why not? The way we've been playing, people may enjoy it. They may buy you a couple of pints at that point.
Maybe so.
And the Glazers are American. They'll get a good laugh out of that.
Yeah, they will. Or else they won't understand it either. I don't know. I say, what the fuck does that mean on the back of your jersey? But anyway, lads, no, look.
Jack will be raising his hand to show him. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah. Absolutely. But anyway, guys, look, I appreciate you coming on as always. DJ, welcome. Thanks for jumping on. And you're welcome at any time as well. So I appreciate it. And any other channel members, guys, if you do want to come on, to any of the match reaction videos and give your opinions like the lads here, please do. And anyone that wants to join, link is in the description. A miserable day for United again. I think I've come to the conclusion now that I'm not going to get too excited about wins between now and the remainder of the season, because it's just not worth it. You know what I mean? I'm not going like that anymore. I'm just going to flatline all the way.
DJ, you got to get in our WhatsApp chat.
Yeah, I'll def join.
yeah. The link is on the community tab on the YouTube channel, so go check it out.
Jack gets a little bit of stick in that one too.
Yeah, I'll post new members. Fucking American, I tell you what, you bastards, are you fucking outnumbering me here? What's going on? But anyway, look, we'll leave it there. Lads, thanks for watching. Smash a like on the video. Hit subscribe if you're new to the channel. Boys, thanks for joining. I really do appreciate it. And I will chat to you Monday night. All right?
So
Take care, lads. Appreciate it.